No, we don't have a seat at the table, but we are very much a critical friend, and we would be consulted if there were any issues or challenges ahead of any decisions.
So what would be the sorts of things that you would be taking into account, or the sorts of things that you would be pointing out?
I think there's a range of things. I think the government up to now, in our opinion, have done a fairly really good job on this, very much led by public health, very much led by the science, and I think it is just about keeping information proportionate. And I think, from our perspective, it's about getting that balance of what's coming into the media, how that's being used, and I guess the key messages to all of us, members of the public, to understand what the risks are currently and potentially where we could end up with this.
So what do you mean? When you say proportionate, when you say the government you think has handled it well so far, what do you mean? I mean, how are you the arbiters of what is proportionate, and how are you to quantify what we should or shouldn't be told, and when we should or shouldn't be told it?
I think, Vanessa, the challenges that we see, I think the media, in terms of rightly, are picking up on coronavirus at every opportunity. But I think what that's doing is driving society in a way that, we've seen a shortage of hand gels and hand sanitizers and loo rolls.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of behaviour that we want to say, do you know what, there is no need to do that, because the risk at this point in time, yes, of course, wash your hands, soap and water, but at the end of the day, we do not need to be stockpiling up on a whole load of items when the supply chain is currently keeping moving. And I think it's that message that we want to put out and say, listen to what public health are saying, listen to what the information is, and actually just be proportionate and understand what is the current position. And we understand completely that people will be a bit worried about this. It's about trying to reassure.
When you say people will be a bit worried about this, it seems to me that there are some people who aren't worried in the least. They're just not worried at all. They think they'll be fine. They're sure they won't catch it. They think if they do, they'll be fine. They'll sail through. They've heard all the advice, which is it's nothing very different indeed from ordinary flu. They've already had flu. They're all fine, and they just assume they'll be fine. So that's one part of society. And then the others who are extremely worried. Now, they may not be worried for themselves, but they're worried that, for example, they have elderly parents, they have relatives with immunosuppressed illnesses, are diabetic, or they're bronchitic, or they're asthmatic, or whatever it is, or they've got young babies. They're worried that if they get ill, who's going to look after the baby, or who's going to look after their children. There are people who are very concerned about it, aren't there? And so the whole idea of proportional information and keeping a lid on it, I think it depends who you are, how you respond to that kind of information, doesn't it? It depends on your personality, your situation, your family, and everything else.
I think that's true to a certain degree, but I think it's not about keeping a lid on it. It's about giving information that is accurate, and I think the science has to be around this, and we've heard that quite clearly. And yeah, absolutely, I've had colleagues at work who have said, oh my goodness, is this an overreaction? To the other side of, oh, I'm a bit worried because we've had illness in the family, and absolutely immunodepressed, and there is an issue. And I think it is that, and I'm using the word proportionality, Vanessa, because I think that is really important. And you're right, you may think something very different to me, but all we can do is go on as much as we can on the facts of the information, led by health, led by every day you hear the chief medical officers coming out and giving the up-to-date information. And it is about trying to allay that fear, but at the same time say, look, we have this on the radar, we are understanding, we have the best NHS, and I know we've heard that from politicians, and I genuinely believe that. The work that's been done up to now in terms of the science of this has been incredible.
Right, front page of the Telegraph, how can it possibly be that the flights are still coming in from Italy? What do you think of that one?